Good evening, everybody. Let's start with roll call. Is that too loud? All right. President is here. Vice President Tony.
Here.
Treasurer Jesse is not here. Baseball Commissioner Glenn.
Here.
We don't have a softball commissioner at the moment. Secretary.
Here.
Member at large Gene.
Here.
And we do not have another member at large at the moment.
I'm large
Brandon.
enough for both of them.
Here.
Howdy, sir. All right. Did everybody get a chance to look at the previous minutes from last month that were emailed out? All right. I'd like to make a motion to vote in the February's minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No one? All right, we'll start with President's report. My report is basically not going to be very much. I am going to do the treasurer's report tonight also. As far as everything that's going, season's underway. All-star selections are underway. That'll all get discussed here by everybody else shortly, so there's really nothing for me to talk about. So I'm going to go straight into the treasurer's report since I have it in my hand. As of right now, you got the P&L in front of you. Some of the major costs that have come out this month are uniforms, which were 16 and change. Our insurance for Cal Ripken that we go through, we used Cal Ripken out for our insurance. That was close to $6,000. So those are some of the big expenses. I just wrote the ending balance check for visual images for past trophies, which that will also be coming out in the next week or so. Some of the major costs that we have left to pay are the spring trophies, the village fees, which I need, please. So I really want to pay them early this year and get them over to you, and I'll get the addresses and everything over to you.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
we'll break it down.
yeah. So I just want to get everything taken care of this year. Because if we have extra money this year, I would love to see, some things be put back into the park, or maybe do some really cool things in the fall. So our ending balances right now, we have three accounts. Our main account, as of right now, we have over $42,000 in there, $42,599.72 to be exact. One of our purchasing accounts, 5879, $6,815.68. And our 966 account, which is our account that we do payroll out of, and buying of groceries, stuff like that. The balance right now is $3,358.85. But like I said, we still got 2/3 of the season to go. A lot more money will come out with umpires. The one good thing today I did look at when I was looking over our bank statements and stuff, the concession stand seems to be doing very well this year. Give Jenny a lot of props. It seems like it's very clean, very efficient. I haven't had one complaint about a concession stand. I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, I know the mozzarella sticks are a big hit because I'm buying like 10 bags a week for that. Those battered mozzarella sticks are ridiculous. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got for financials. Anybody got any questions about them and understand everything on the P&L? All right, check. All right, let's go. Let's move on to Vice President's report.
Yep. I don't have a whole ton of stuff today. I think we're going to talk about most of it in some of the rest of the agenda stuff. But just kind of a general all-star update because I know that's kind of one of the things that I'm in charge of. I think we've got 6U squared away, 8U squared away. I think we're not sure about 10U yet, right? We'll figure that out pretty soon, and then we need to figure out 12U too.
It's gonna be me and Angel, or I'm nominating us, or if I need to put a letter in.
Yeah, well, it's really up to. I mean, in our rules, it says that the managers must submit a letter of intent.
Okay.
That's technically the way it should be done. Um, it's just in case if there's like two managers that are in the same division
we'll
that want to
vote- we'll
manage
vote
the
on it.
same team. Yeah, they gotta submit a letter, then we all vote on and stuff like that. So
Can I just hand it to the secretary?
sure. Um,
With me, please. Right.
Hold on.
I know I haven't sent this in for 15U yet, but
Yeah, that's good.
Kiri is probably gonna do the 15U team.
Okay.
If I'm available at that time because my son playing showcase baseball, and I will help him. But Kiri, yeah. But as of right now, we're not sure if there's going to be any like split teams or just going to be one 15U team with the best players because there's three age groups in Babe Ruth. There's 13, 14, 15. So I'm totally I'm unsure about that right now. It's, yeah.
But well, we're just talking about, like even an 8U doing like 7U and 8U. I just don't know if we have enough 7U kids. We would have done that last spring, but they're all 8 now. They're the ones that are going to be on the 8U team. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'll see who comes out. I don't know. I don't know a lot of those younger kids. I know a few. So we'll see. We'll see what shakes out. Everybody's going to show up on Friday.
I mean, they got to look at it as an experience aspect,
Yeah.
not a wins and loss.
Correct. Yeah. But anyway, we'll see how that all shakes out. I think that's it. Oh, we got there's a sample binder in the concession stand. You said, right? 'Cause I want to get on that early. I don't want that to be like a last minute thing. So we just need to figure out how to, you know, if we're gonna help with that, if we're gonna put it on the man, whatever. But we just got to figure out.
I'll help you, and what we'll do is we'll set one up for right now: 6U, 8U, 10U, 12U, 15U, and then if we have to put more in between, we will.
Right.
But we'll get the pages ready because you have to take birth certificates, you have to take pictures, all that has to go in there.
Date on that.
Yeah, we need to really look at our website on this too because I think a lot of the information is going to be like the background checks and everything is right in there with the new website that we have. It should be a lot easier.
I
With
like it. Tells you what you're missing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, that's it for me.
All right. Let's see. We'll go to we did the treasurer, baseball commissioner. You're up, Glenn.
Right now on everybody's dockets, all stars. We're moving forward. We got all the players into the vice president. One thing I want to hit on, I'm gonna get with the who do I get with about the umpires being the last means of, and we've said this before, and I don't even know if we can do it. Maybe you can tell me it. The managers are dropping the ball. Not all of them, just a few, and it's a lot less than it was 2 weeks ago. They're getting better. But is there anyone we can talk to about the umpires as far as, listen, when you turn this in, dude, it's got to be filled out or you don't get paid.
Right.
Because I know the softball
I
one-
discussed this with them.
Did you?
Highlight the stuff they need to fill out, and if every highlight is filled out, no
Yeah.
pay. Then they're
La-
gonna go back to the manager.
Did you
That-
mention it?
Last week when Amy sent me two pictures of 15U screwing up on them, and I fixed them and sent it right over to Danny. Making sure, hey,
Showing him?
and they were told it was reinforced last week. So I really don't know. I think you're right, man. But who's going to enforce it, Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny
Absolutely.
can.
I really don't want her to be the enforcer on that.
If we
you
had
know?
an
Other than the field director.
Yeah.
if we had an assigned field director,
Yeah.
which we don't have, then
Some
they
of us, some of us, one of us is always there though.
That's why I
And
haven't
that
done
you
it.
would be acting field director, and you would have to call that manager and say, "Open your book and give me the number so this guy can get paid."
Yeah.
Basically, whichever one of us is acting as field director that day, your last duty is check the score sheets. Because it's fresh in the manager's minds, it's fresh in everything. We can, so whichever board member or DD or whatever that day,
Tell him
if
the
you guys
manager
will
goes
agree
down as
with
a
me,
forfeit if he doesn't
we'll put it
fix
on the board thread.
That's a good
Please
idea.
check the sheets
You
that
know I'm
day.
gonna be on top of that.
That's a good idea. He's saying if they're not filled out correctly, it's considered a forfeit. The home team forfeits because
If
they're
we
the
have
one
to pay an
responsible.
umpire without all these numbers,
Or an
then it's a
automatic loss?
forfeit.
They'll start making sure it's right.
You know I'm gonna be all over
Or
that.
automatic, can we do
I'll-
that?
I'll-
What do you think? Is that
Okay, we can, let's
I'm
see, let's see if we can work it out, but yes, we can move in that direction.
They've already tried to do the sign this so I can get out of here later, and I said no, dude. And then you're worried about them making calls against you because
Who tried to do that crap?
Norm, I think his name is.
Was it Norm?
Yeah. Black dude.
All right, well, we'll, you know,
so?
Yeah,
We're
you
not
guys-
we're
you
not
guys-
enforcing that at this moment, but we're going to.
We're gonna lean
discuss it
towards that, a
first, and that's where
forfeit,
we're
yeah.
leaning.
And concession, kudos to Jenny. It's running amazing. I've heard nothing but great things. The softball is going basically the same thing as baseball. I got the selections for 10U. I was going to ask Ed if he could get the selections for 12U. And what I've done from 10U is there's 3 teams. I got with each team and got a representative from each team so far that if their child makes the all-star team, they're going to help out, on the all-stars. Because we were lucky there's only 3 of us,
Why wouldn't we do it the same way we do baseball, and just ask them to put in a letter of intent? Also, are we doing that as well?
We
Did they need to
could,
do
but I
that?
don't think that was enforced in softball up to this point. Does that make sense? It's like, I can still do it, and I can have the gentleman in 12U, Ed, can get them to send an email, and I can get an email from, the 3 or 4 people that I got. We need to start making softball the same as baseball.
Yes, I agree 100%.
But right now, we can do that right now because we're starting early enough.
It's a
Yes,
letter. I think we should
we'll get
make
the
it-
letters. I'll put it out, and Ed will take care of 12. I'll take care of 10, and we'll get the letters from the managers.
You can still have a manager
And what I want to make sure is that Ed, I'm going to put my letter in, but I'm going to have the best 12 or 13 players, whatever I decide to carry. If I get the manager job for softball, because if my daughter doesn't make it, then I'm not expecting to be a manager. You know what I mean? I'm going to manage if my kid makes it. If she doesn't, then the next guy's going to fall in line, and the next guy's going to fall in line. But my point is, I'm going to have somebody help me. Like, I'm going to have you come to my tryouts and tell me what you think the best 12 players are. Does that make sense? Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have you come to one of mine and tell me who your version, probably Tony too, maybe even G. But I'm going to have someone who's not even involved tell me the best 12 players.
Problem is I was planning on doing the 12U team.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, I mean,
should
we're
have-
gonna
But
probably.
That's what I'm
we're
saying.
gonna-
You don't pick 12U.
Oh,
They
okay.
pick 12. You know
But
what
I plan on practicing the same night as you. But I guess I can just.
No, we'll be on different fields.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, you'll be in practice. It'll work out. It'll work out. But what I want
and to
is,
improve those numbers, like the number system we got now for evals. We should also have one independent from whoever. Bring them up from softball and say, I want you to eval with these.
I just don't want the parents saying, I picked the team because I'm on a board member. You follow what I'm saying? I picked the kids I wanted to pick because I'm a board member and I can do that. I don't want that. I want someone who's not related to the team to pick the 12 best. And if my daughter's in it, then she's in it. If she's not, she's not. You follow me? That way we cover, because I don't want any more scenarios to come up before this end of the season. I want the rest of the season just run smooth, drama free, everybody on board, nobody overreacting, and because I'm looking at you, nobody overreacting, and just get through the rest of the season and get our feet under us and move forward. So I will be coming to somebody, probably you guys, to help with that selection, and Ed probably will too. 15 you carry, you just told me, and that's it. I got nothing else.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's see, secretary.
Um, our Cooperstown applications for All Star Village and for Dreams Park are out. We don't hear anything back until October, though. Which I don't even know if we hear this October.
How? Well,
No, yeah, we hear this October
So
for
if-
2022. I'm
so
just
let me-
okay. Yes, yeah.
I want to make sure we're understanding about this. So, if the park does get a ticket for, so will it be for that next season? So they're
It's
gonna,
gon-
so
they're
they
for-
don't know if they're going, but they need to start their fundraising. Like,
Well,
I mean, they need to be understanding.
Hey,
Whoever
We'll-
that whoever has a
Well,
that's
12U
something.
team.
That's what we need to
that'd be
just.
my travel. Team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's a lot of money. So it's like
I know.
something that needs to be started now.
No,
We
because it's
got
for
it.
2022. So that's for next. That would go next
We've
summer.
already been fundraising, me and Daryl.
Okay,
And-
good.
And the stipulation is, I'm sorry, if you don't go to Cooperstown, you've got Pigeon Forge, you've got Myrtle Beach, you'll go
But
somewhere.
you're going to use the money
Yeah.
ultimately.
You'll go somewhere.
Okay,
We're going to Hawaii.
so that's good news.
Gene, what's it
Hopefully we
like to
get
be
that.
rich?
I don't know. I'll ask Daryl and get back to you. I'm just riding his coattails.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That 10 months of fundraising was excruciating. I mean, we did, but we raised $25,000, and we paid
Well-
for like everybody's. We paid for everyone to travel there, hotel. And this wasn't Cooperstown. This was Pigeon Forge, and the whole tournament itself. But I mean, it's hopefully this COVID thing ships out so you guys can start doing Publix.
They're starting Publix. I was going to say Publix is starting to allow fundraising, and Daryl has a lot of corporate connections.
On that note,
On
too.
that, yes.
That's my ticket right there.
There you go.
On that note, we need to let the village know.
I did. I sent an email. Did you? Yeah, I sent it to you, right? About Publix. That we're not affiliated. We have nobody. We have nobody fundraising.
No, but we need to tell them that we.
Oh, when we begin, we can let you absolutely.
Yeah. Just
And what group it is, and what it's
What
for.
age? What it's for? Okay, absolutely. All right. So if you do start setting up Publix, just shoot me a text so I can let him know. Okay. All right.
I live in the corporate world.
Yes. And that's all for me.
Okay, softball report, commissioner's report. We don't have a commissioner, but I will say, since I know I'm in the upper division, and Glenn, you're in the 10U. We've had great games so far. We had a 5-3 game Monday night, and that was without. We had a 5-3 game Monday night in 12U. It was fun. Yeah, we lost, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We actually came this close to playing the first six inning game I ever played in softball. Oh yeah. Anyway, I mean, I think things are going great in softball. We'll leave that alone. All right, village report.
So I just wanted to touch on travel, travel baseball and what's going on with that and kind of where we stand with it. Where do we stand with it right now?
Specifically,
Baseball.
Baseball, nothing.
None.
Currently no teams
Right.
running out.
Right now, the travel program that was functioning out of our park has chosen to leave at this point. And we are going to pursue we have to pursue something in the future. Ed and myself are going to get with Gardens and Okehele and, find out their structure because I know they run it through their park. They run it through their park.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
unfortunately, the travel they chose to. They're just not here.
Okay. All right.
The only travel team we have right now is the 12U softball team.
Softball.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that was majority of it. Pretty much just going forward. with the way that we want to travel, and I have a copy of the agreement I give everybody. Um, we want to make sure that it's ran um, through Youth Baseball Association. We want it to be Youth Baseball Association with travel. If their travel teams could come in, but we don't want the organization to come in and pretty much be, a sublease for travel and kind of running um, programs as well. We want it to be, you know, travel teams, individual teams per se. And but it's all I have it outlined here in the agreement, so I give you a copy of that. We can go later on and just break down each individual detail that's needed to get teams back and get things started up. That way we're transparent and it's all in the right accord with it. Um,
So then they weren't a good business model anyway.
It's
Let's just forget about it.
yeah, it's
Water
irrelevant
under
at
the
this
bridge.
point.
I don't even want to talk about damage
Everything
anymore.
post today, it's over. We know what we got to do.
yes, going forward.
We're actually going to try to find a representative to handle that, that part of everything, like a travel coordinator.
Right.
We should
to
have a
make
we
sure-
should have a travel coordinator.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
will.
seek the travel coordinator?
Yeah.
We will have a travel coordinator. We will find one, and then that person will be the liaison between what you're expecting and what we to make everything work.
Right. And that actual, like I said, that's part of what's listed in here. That coordinator could actually be at the board meetings.
Yes. Oh,
on
they
the
will.
board to
Yes.
be able to present in.
Yes, they will.
Okay. Other than that, that's all I got.
Okay. One more comment before we move on, and this is directed at the village, not you, Brennan.
Mhm.
I understand whatever they got a little tip about Damage Inc. and about doing their lessons and stuff, but they need to know that they're not the only ones out there that are making money off these fields and abusing our fields, abusing the nets, abusing the L screens, abusing our fields when they're soaking wet. Sunday was a perfect example. I talked to you about this. There was an organized team that was on field 5, had no permit, no permission to be there, no nothing. They got in an altercation with another coach from our travel team that used to be here.
Mhm.
But there's tons and tons of people that use our fields, your fields, that aren't under our affiliation, making money, abusing those nets, and this is the reason why I propose our fields need to be locked.
And they're not under our insurances. They're not under
No.
they're not even affiliated with
Nothing.
us.
Right.
And they're making money in all that area.
I've seen grind time baseball in there. I've seen
Entire teams using
teams
cages
come
and
out of
stuff.
nowhere. Oh, let's go to Willows. They don't care about nothing.
And
Destroying our nets.
and the one thing with that though, if you see it and it's happening, give us a call and we can call PBSO because we have an ordinance against organized activity and people
Posted?
taking payments.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Posted?
Thank you. Because it isn't.
No, I don't know
Sign-
if we have it signage at the park, but
Signs need to be put up
Yeah.
at those cages and on every sign that says permitted use only.
right, that is up there.
On that cage, I don't know. Have you ever
It-
seen one on the cage?
There should be one on the back fence. I thought I saw one a while ago, but if not, I know signage is something that we
They
can work
need
on
a
as far
lot more. It needs to be posted everywhere. So when I do confront somebody, or Glenn or anybody else
Then we
confront
can
somebody,
call
you can
Todd.
point at that sign and say, "Do you have a permit for these fields?"
Yeah.
Because we do. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Your number.
Yeah.
I've been face to face with people that don't want to leave that park.
Yeah.
That want to kick my, you know what?
And trust me when I say it's a I don't not even think it's just a baseball park thing. It's all around, and it's a issue that luckily we have that ordinance in place. But even with our staff, our staff will try to make contact and let them know. But if not, I mean, if you're out there and somebody's being confrontational, um, PBSO is the best way because you all have it permitted. So, if they come out and I'm Youth Baseball Association of Royal Palm Beach. We have these fields permitted, and you know, so and so's out here doing private lessons. They will remove them.
Yeah. Also, another tip about when you close the fields for rest, there was no signs on those fields this year.
Okay.
Nothing. People were hopping on fences like it was. They didn't care. They weren't resting.
Yeah.
I'll
So
say
we
that
need
right
to.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I make sure.
Yeah.
I make sure when we close them, we get those. We
That's
get those
another thing.
A-frames back
Yeah,
out
the
there,
big
right in the
A-frames.
pitcher mounds and home plates.
That's the way. There's something we can point out.
Yeah.
Point at, and I mean, like, hey, what does that say? Why are you on this field? You know.
Okay. We'll make it. We'll make it happen. Um.
All right, we good? All right, I'd like to make a motion to vote in all the reports: the president's report, vice president's report, the treasurer's report, the commissioner's report, secretary's report, the village report.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? All right, let's get to the agenda. Okay, whole business. What's the whole business about preseason? Making it 3 weeks instead of 2.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. I think Lexi or us, we all need to get together in the next couple weeks and nail down a calendar for the fall. New business, elections. Okay, election process. 60 days out, we start taking nominations for the open positions. Remind me of all the open positions again. I know it's president and vice president.
Everybody's up for re-election except for Jean, member at large, and commissioner, baseball commissioner.
Okay.
And they
Because
stop
otherwise, because everybody else, Tony's stand-in,
interim.
just interim,
Yeah.
just like I am.
So nominations can be made at a meeting, via email, I believe.
Anyway.
Yeah. But it has to be formally made.
Yes.
Can't just be Joe Schmo talking at the fields, offhand. But so those need to be put in as soon as we got to put it on a website. The positions available, who's running for who, stuff like that.
now.
Like now, yes.
And then it stops 30 days before.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's why we need to get it out now. We need to shoot it out now. Start telling everybody now. I will not be rerunning in May. This was a tough decision. It's something I've been tossing for a couple months now. I really just want to get back to coaching. I'm still gonna be at this park. I'm still, I'm not in abandoning. I'm never gonna abandon this park. Royal Palm's been my home for 8 years. I've poured my blood, sweat, and everything I've gotten into this park. It's a tough decision because there's a lot of good things that will happen here. I know it'll happen, and I still want to be part of it. But as a board member, I just gotta take a step back. It's time. I need a break. I need to concentrate on some other things too. Family, work's been crazy too. But I love coaching. I love doing it for the kids. None of this was ever about me. And yes, there's 98% of the people out there appreciate everything you do, and then there's that 2% that just sometimes takes a nail and drives it into your spine, and it gets old after a while. But like I said, I'm not going here. I'm not leaving. I'm here for you guys if you ever need anything, but you need help with evaluations, you need help with field directors, you need me to do an FD shift, I'm in.
Thank you.
But it's time. It's time.
You know, I did it once and I came back. So
I know, but you never know. But
Brett Favre thing.
I came back too.
Yeah, you did.
Good. But
thank you, Ed.
Thank you very much.
on that note, does anybody know of anybody wanting to run for any other positions at all? Even the member at large that's still open?
I know a couple people, but
I'm taking a gander at the travel coordinator.
Yeah. Be smart about who you reelect and think about your future. That's all the advice I can give.
Oh no, for sure.
no, I don't know anybody right
Yeah.
now.
I don't know anybody else.
I don't even want to. I'm still trying to get through this month.
Yeah.
Get Gerald to do it.
Yeah, this is something that I might even throw a few nominations in there in the near future. So, for the benefit of the park.
Yes.
But. All right, let's move on to the 6U pitcher face mask mandatory vote to be effective immediately. I couldn't agree with that.
Yes. Anybody got a problem with that?
No.
I thought it was in there.
I-
Yeah, I did too.
It's
You
not.
did too.
It's
I did
not
too,
in our-
It's
so-
not in
It's
there.
not in our rules, but I think it should be.
Yes, it needs to be put in right away. So I would like to make a motion to make it mandatory for pitchers to have to wear a mask at the pitcher's mound. It can be the helmet style or just the face mask itself
In 6U.
in 6U division, AAA and AA T-ball.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All-Stars. Name of our All-Star teams. I'm biased on this. I really thought the Predators name was really awesome, and we had some pretty cool things, uniforms. I mean, this is a hat. I mean, you can change the style, whatever you want. I can give you the number to the person that did do our uniforms. You can change it. You can go to another provider. I don't care, but I think Predators in itself, Royal Palm Beach Predators, is a cool name. There's some idiots out there, liberally. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't even say that. Some people out there that only think of one thing when they hear Predators, which I think is ridiculous.
That's the feedback I got from some of the parents.
So, but
I have. Oh, go ahead.
Royal Palm Beach Lightning was our name back in the day. I thought that was always pretty cool because you can do red lightning, silver lightning, blue lightning. That was a good one, but I think it's got to be. We definitely need to find a permanent name in this.
Yes.
Time to stick with it.
For all stars.
Yeah, for permanent.
Well, also
Even
for-
travel.
Yeah,
mean,
I
why-
wanted
why-
to transition into travel, and
Yeah.
I know I've talked to a couple. Previous managers, and I've got some input from people, and the younger divisions, 6U, 8U, 10U, love it. The 11U and 12U aren't so happy because they didn't do very well when they were the Predators, and they feel like they almost got branded. Like if somebody says Predators, they're going to start laughing. I don't know if that's a big enough reason to move away from it.
I don't think so because
I know because
people were scared of
Come
us
in
when
and
we were
if you come
Predators.
in and
yeah,
start.
you had the 14U or at the time 13U Predators, which were extremely successful, but we had a couple.
Even this, didn't we have a 7 or 8U?
Yeah,
Case had a
Ed
team
Case
that was
was
very
the Predators,
successful.
and they were dominating. I don't know,
I just think it's all about the team.
but we've got time.
Oh.
We've got time to think about it. But,
But
yeah,
honestly, though, for All Stars, it's something actually you really need to decide who's going to make your uniforms, and it needs to be done now.
I have
because-
no problem with Predators for All Stars. Absolutely no problem. And if it morphs into travel, then it morphs into travel. But definitely for All Stars, I have no problem.
You can, it's Royal Palm All Stars. It can just be Royal Palm All Stars if you want, but as long as it's Royal Palm, I mean,
I like the
the
Predators for
logo is
All
pretty
Stars.
What
cool.
if we don't have? What if we're just Royal Palm Beach? I mean, is that?
We've been that RPB All Stars. We've been that too.
I mean, I don't. I'm just trying to.
I want to be honest with you. Our Royal Palm All Stars, people really don't take serious right now anyway either.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're
Well,
the
my vote is Predators for All Stars. So, if we're voting,
Um, what do you
Maybe
guys think about it?
Well, that's
You know my opinion.
Predators.
I'm going off of what makes the kids excited, and they're excited about predators.
Yeah.
And they think lightning.
Yes, that's what I mean. All the younger age
They think
groups that didn't
lightning's
have
kinda
any
lame.
issues,
Yeah.
predators, it's like dinosaurs, you know.
Say that again, and I'm gonna smack you.
But yeah, they think it's kind of lame. I literally showed them both logos.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this?
They're like, no.
Sidebar. Hey, it is what it is.
Gene,
I don't care,
what would you?
but
All right.
the parents I talk to, it's actually a deal breaker.
Yeah. But okay, so what kind of names did you were talking about doing?
I mean, I don't know yet. I was hoping for travel we could come up with our own name.
Travels, we're not different. Yeah, we're not
Okay.
talking about that right
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what you just said.
He's
All
gonna
sorts.
morph it in.
No.
Okay. I like the lightning because you can do the colors rather than the A team, B team
now. Right.
with us. So I would be okay with lightning, and I'm sure the parents did. That's not a tainted name, but it is.
But it's
They were.
Gardens.
I mean,
Gardens has
I've
lightning
talked
right
to
there
players
too.
walking out here from Okeechobee with Juan's team. They're like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, they're terrible, and
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
you know they're
That sucks because
It's
there
right-
was
it's
some good
here right
predators.
now.
There were some good
right,
predators.
but the 10U team, the parents they haven't been involved with that. So when they come up, they can go right back to predators. I mean, you all the way up the line, and they're gonna have a problem. But you're gonna have a problem until this team gets out of the park.
So you wanna? Well, I mean, Okeechobee has multiple names.
Yeah, so
I mean,
there's
how
no
can
problem
we
with
figure
taking
out?
12U. Go ahead.
I mean, how can we figure out something that still correlates? It still says Royal Palm Beach. I don't know that lightning and predators go together. And if everybody's okay, everybody else is like the younger ages are okay with the predators. What can we come up with that's similar?
No,
That
okay.
goes. No,
for
no. I'm saying I
All-Stars-
understand. For no,
for
no. I
All-Stars, I'm cool with that. That's
Yeah.
that's different.
a different.
Well, some of the
No.
same people, but they're all stars. They're not. It's not like they have a choice. Like
That's true.
I mean,
So
you're
then-
here in the All Stars.
So then,
got it, Predators
can we
All-Stars.
can we put you in charge of trying to come up with something that's a predator type? Like I don't know, that would go with the theme, kind of for the older age groups.
For Palm Beach Wolverine.
Just has to,
What
just
was
as
that?
long as it says Royal Palm Beach.
Wolverine.
Say it again.
Yes.
You got all
Wolverine.
kinds of predators.
Yeah.
You can do.
So we-
you know,
I mean,
well, in softball we're Panthers.
Because you got to have a second one
We're not
anyway.
predators. We're Panthers. Because it
Because
just goes Royal Palm
The
Beach.
predators
Panthers,
predators
but-
was too masculine.
No?
So I mean, okay, for all stars, then we're
We're
Okay,
predators.
I'll work on
predators,
it.
and then you work on something for the older
Travel.
age
I'll take a
divisions.
poll with all the All Star guys.
That sounds good. Is that good compromise?
Yes.
And we need to find out who we really want to do the uniforms. Do we want the guy that used to do my travel ones, or do we want Scotty's to do them? Now, the all-star uniforms are always different. They're
Yeah.
actually
Well,
real jerseys.
They're nicer. Buttons.
Scotty's
sometimes
does.
the whole bit.
He is now doing the pre-printed, the nicer ones, not the
Silk screen.
they're I don't know what they're called, but it's the old Predators used to have them. It's the same jerseys that like even we have.
What do you
that
think,
I've
Ed?
seen for other travel. Just check out what he's got. It's not what
Yeah.
he doesn't make them himself. He orders them outside,
Yeah.
so it's not he's not doing them himself.
Yeah, it's just the same thing the other guy does.
I would love the button down ones. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be
We
nice.
had those when we did All Stars. They were
I
sweet.
think they were
Down
fake
in
buttons.
Plantation, we had
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
They were
fake-
stitched.
they were-
They were stitched uniforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's something we need to decide quickly.
Uniform.
Because sometimes, if you want to go to Scotty's, and if we do the Predators thing, then they don't have this logo, so they would probably charge us money to make this logo. So it would be
It might be more cost efficient this season to go to the other
Yeah.
place.
Well, Predators. So, is that a wolf?
I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the
how
shirts
about- you can do it in Spanish. Lobo. Los Lobos. Los Lobos. What's wrong with that? Why are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing
I
with
wouldn't
you.
know what it means if you didn't just tell
It
me. I
means
wouldn't
wolf.
know.
All right.
And my wife would love it.
Are we set with RPB Predators? for
Yeah,
All-Stars
RPB
then?
Predators All Stars.
Baseball is okay.
all right. Willow's Bash. Are we gonna be able to do that, Mr. Village?
What are the
I haven't decided on the dates. I want permission first before I start doing all that work.
all right? I think right now it's pending on when. Right
It
now
would
it's
be it would be the end of June.
end of June.
Or, yeah.
Okay. Let me bring it up and see. But I think, and I'm hoping so that we're trending towards getting there. I know right now we're still on no tournament, but
So you're
hopefully
saying there's a shot.
it, I'm saying there's a shot.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
but yeah,
We
we'll
have a
we'll
shot.
we'll bring it up, see what we can do, and end of June.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would need to start planning it relatively quickly.
That's
though.
why I
I mean,
wanna
we
know
need to,
it.
we need
And
to
it's
get on
a-
it. It
I
can't be a last minute
We're gonna
decision.
be busy.
It's got to
Yeah,
be
the
done so we can
yeah,
get
this is the
prepared
busiest
and
time of year, and
Yeah.
the tournament is a lot of
The
work.
reason they're saying that is
So-
because another park may throw a tournament,
Isn't
and
this
if we get ours
generally
out first,
downtime
Get
for
all the-
travel?
then we
money,
lock
though,
the
we
teams
had
up.
everybody
Yeah.
in,
Just
yeah.
ramped up
Okay.
on some of the teams, but
I mean, and
isn't
there's-
this like
we've
why we do spring now because and have the travels player mix in with because it's
When-
their season, it's off
yeah.
season. for
When
them.
I did my travel team, I played the league, the Oscar South Florida Travel League. I didn't play any tournaments.
Right.
The only time I played a tournament was I played the Groundhog Day tournament, and then we went into most of my travel team was on my all-star team, and we went straight into the tournament season every year, which was it started Memorial Day weekend with the Jupiter tournament. Then this is how the rotation went. It went Jupiter, Phipps, districts, 2 weeks of districts. Now whoever didn't play in that districts one of those weeks because it was always split up into 2 weeks, different age groups. Oscar always did a tournament in between there. And then after that, after districts is always when we did the Willows Bash.
Right. Yeah, during spring, none of the travel teams play tournaments. They all go to double headers on Sundays or a game at night during the week. But most of the time, it's not even a game at night
Not
during the
all
week.
of them.
It's
Listen.
double headers on Sundays.
And listen, and take this advice with starting your new travel teams. That park should be full on Sundays. That's when you should be playing your games. You should be playing double headers on Sundays.
Yes, every Sunday.
That's when it was so nice to see when we had the Predators, we had 4 teams going on Sundays sometimes at the same time. It almost seemed like it was a Saturday, and it was good. Everyone was playing double headers. The park was alive.
Every field was
Sessions
loaded.
was going. It was a beautiful sight, and that went away with damage, and that was one of the things I was upset with. I think if you want to give, representing the Willows, that place should be jamming on. I mean, I used to have to stock the travel shed with chalk and
Mhm.
and quick dry and rakes and everything. So because we always were responsible for doing our fields on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, we'll
because
get to that.
the village was sleeping all the time on Sunday mornings. but I never minded getting out there an hour early before before I had the kids there and getting those fields ready.
Yeah, I know how you
and-
feel. I did it the other night. And
but
that
I'm talking about dragging
hunk of shit.
dragging.
Stop.
How about dragging field 12 all by yourself, raking all the bases, lining the field by yourself,
Did that after the rain too?
filling in the puddles.
Yeah, that goes with lining fields per game.
Yeah.
I got another little note for that one.
And just so you know, the travel teams are responsible for buying the quick dry and the chalk.
Who?
Travel teams. They got to buy their own quick dry and chalk.
Gotcha. And we're in charge of applying it.
Correct.
On Sundays.
Now the village
Got
will.
some
Saturday,
practice.
Sunday.
Now, if
Yeah.
you have a Saturday game or a weeknight game, the village, if you give them 3 days notice, will line it, grade it, do whatever you want to the field.
That's a sidebar.
Yes. Okay, check. So lining the field to the games. Or wait a minute, edging around dugouts.
I talked to Danny about that.
Okay.
Are we on lining fields?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed one. I missed the edging around the dugouts.
That was a suggestion.
Yeah, I talked to Danny about that. He said they don't. He said if you notice on field 2, it runs out onto the sidewalk, and there's really nothing he can do right now. It's something we need to address in between seasons.
Well, just have a lot of sand on hand.
Lining fields.
talk a little bit about that. But there's also, I forget what his name is. He's got like goatee. He's the main guy over there that does the fields.
Danny?
Yeah, I don't know. But he seems he's a good guy. He knows what he's doing, but he seems to have a problem when we ask him because there's a hole, like where the pitchers are landing. It beats out the clay, and then the kids are. So we ask him, "Hey, can you put some stuff back in here and pack it?" He goes, "Well, stop kicking it out." And we're like,
Sense of humor.
"All right, okay, we'll work on that. We'll work on stop kicking out." And he said, "Well, I'm gonna get some packing clay and put it." I go, "No, dude, that's not how you fix it. If you just give me a shove," and he's like, "Oh, I'll do it." So he takes it from on the side where they're gonna do it. And he makes another hole. So, if we could just get with him and say that's part of raking and stuff because it kicks out and they're gonna twist their ankle is what that's gonna happen. So they're either having a failure below the base or they're kicking it out. But that's all. And I think as far as lining the fields, I think they still have the other schedule.
Yes.
Jesse
And
told me
because what they're doing is they're lining 3 instead of 4 again. And
Remember we just
I
switched.
think that's because when we changed it, remember we had a complaint? We changed
Yeah.
it back to 4.
Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt.
So
with
they
it.
need to be updated, and they're not responding. When we call them, they're not responding.
They're not.
That's why I had to line the field. I waited and waited a little while, and I went, let me
Okay.
try to line the
What,
I've
what day
been-
was that? Was that
Yeah,
Yesterday.
that was
field.
you.
Last night,
last night?
you didn't respond.
Okay.
I've been actually meaning to do this. I was just gonna print out the new schedule and bring it to Danny for the rest of the season.
And one thing that we'll make sure, even with the schedule, with practices going on and everything, we have guys out there all day. We'll make sure that all the fields are lined. Even if it's just a practice day, I feel like it's better just to have everything lined because if anything switches last minute with you all and we don't know,
They used to do that.
yeah, it puts us in a bind where it could have changed, it could have not. So I'm gonna propose that to our supervisor, park superintendent, actually, to make sure that we can get all the fields lined just on a daily. That way we could avoid those pitfalls during the week. If anything is happen to change with weather, scheduling, anything like that last minute, we don't have to try to worry about on call.
Remember they used to do that?
That would be great.
Yeah, every field was lined every single
you.
day.
Every day.
And I think they came to the same conclusion as you. It's easier to just line it.
Does that cover the last topic that I said?
Yeah.
I mean, not
Yes.
the second.
They probably do a better job than I did.
No.
Foul. I mean, no, it's fair. No, that was foul.
Not to be changed once games being workshop. Okay. All right. Open mic time.
Wait a minute. I think no.
Okay. Anybody got anything else?
I wish.
Uh,
Yeah, no, nobody's got anything.
I'd like to make a motion to end this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Third.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.